Welcome back, physical science kids. Mr. Hescox here. Going back into sections of the periodic table. We are in the section 2 of chapter 5. How many protons, neutrons, and electrons does platinum have? So to figure this out, you need your periodic table and a piece of paper. Platinum is Pt for platinum. It has an atomic number of 78, so that means 78 protons. It has an atomic mass of 195, and I write that up here just so I can do math quick. Borrow 8, 7, 117. So that means there's 117 neutrons. And since there's 78 protons, there are 78 electrons. Hopefully you're able to get that on your paper. So we're going to keep going today. We're going to talk about who discovered the periodic table, who basically set it all up, and some trends that you'll find in that periodic table. What did the angry electron say when it was repelled? Let me atom. Get it? Let me atom. This gentleman here is Dmitry Mendeleev. Mendeleev was a Russian scientist, and he was a chemist, and he started to build what we now know as the modern periodic table. He wrote basically everything he possibly could about each element that he knew on these tiles, and the tiles could be moved around, and that's how he worked out his periodic table. Now, his periodic table was made based on atomic mass for ascending. Today we don't use atomic mass, we use atomic number, but it's very similar. It was in the 1860s that Dmitry Mendeleev made his periodic table. He moved all these things around, and what he noticed was that rows had certain types of characteristics based on their atomic mass, and he also found that the traits in a column were very similar to each other. So atoms in the same column share the very same. So what he also created was something called periodic law. Basically, there are trends in the periodic table that repeat themselves. He was able to predict the valence electrons from whatever atom was in which column. To do that, you simply need to know how many protons and electrons you have. We'll do that in a later chapter, later section. Mendeleev's periodic table discovered gallium. He actually predicted gallium and germanium that would be found. They were not found yet on Earth. They were found later. And once they were found, he had an empty space on his periodic table, and he said these elements need to have this characteristics, and those characteristics will be this element. And he found 2 of them that way. The modern periodic table uses atomic number, not atomic mass. Each square has a bunch of information in it. So the atomic number is right there. This is lithium. The chemical symbol right there. The name is usually at the bottom. And then we have the atomic mass right here. When you convert that decimal place, you have to round that. So lithium's atomic mass is actually 7. A group is a vertical column, and a period is a horizontal column. So this is a group. These are vertical. A horizontal column is a period. There are more similarities for atoms in a group than there are in a period. In fact, a period can be very diverse as you go from one end to the other. As you travel down a group, the atomic size increases. As you go from left to right, atomic size decreases. As you look, there will be metals on the left, nonmetals on the right. Atoms that form positive ions are on the left, negative ions are on the right, and density goes up as you go down. So not only does size go up as you go down, but density goes up, but density decreases as you go from left to right. So let's jot these on our periodic table, and you guys can do that at home too. You can write right on here. So as we go down the periodic table, atomic size goes up, and density goes up. As we go left to right, atomic size decreases, and density decreases. Metals are over here. These are your non-metals. On this side over here, we tend to form positive ions. We use plus for positive. Over here, we get negative. An element's position can tell you a lot about it. Oh, that's actually the next class. So let's wrap this all up. We have been talking about the periodic table. Make sure you get this review 5.2 done. Make sure you know that Medeleev created it. It's not exactly perfect. He used atomic mass, not atomic number, which we do today, but he was able to predict missing elements that were discovered. And then we talked a little bit about how the trends of the periodic table appear. Until next time, I'm Mr. Hescox. You have a great day, and I'll catch you next time.